All right, we're going to continue on exploring the authoring tools available in the Layout Foundation app. So we've already talked about how to do a basic scene with some text. We've demonstrated how to do a multiple choice question. Let's move on to the second challenge type. This app supports 3 challenge types, and the second one is called corner layout. And ultimately, the goal is to for the student to have to lay out a corner, a 90-degree corner with 2 strings. So let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and add, actually, we're going to start new. We'll add a new slide, which is Layout Foundation. This will start us out kind of empty. Over here, what should we say? Let's set this, so as an author, you can set up the scene. So the challenge is, we're going to pick a challenge here. The challenge is to lay out a corner. So we need 2 strings. So because there's no text or anything, we're going to give a little feedback saying you need to have 2 strings in your scene before you can submit. So as an author, you can decide how far along you want to set this up. Do you want to start them out with an empty field like this, or do you want to go ahead and rough out some strings and just have them tweak it? Let's do that second option. Let's go ahead and rough out some strings and just have them tweak it. So we're going to just kind of throw in some batter boards here, throw in one right there, throw in one here like that. And let's throw one in up here, kind of just visually get it in the right spot like that. And let's throw one more in over here like that and bump it up to right around there. And let's go ahead and add in a string there and a string here. And then let's set our view kind of nice, just kind of bring it in like this. And let's give them a prompt. Let's say, adjust these strings to form a 90-degree corner and then submit, period. All right, that's it. We've added in a challenge. I'm going to save that out. We're going to go back to the activity. Let's name this corner challenge. Let's just rename this slide to corner challenge. And submit that. Save that activity. And let's see what that looks like from a user's perspective. So as a, let me see. I think it might still be saving. Let's go back. There we go. All right. So let's do our thing here. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Here's our intro screen. Here's our funky layout. We'll move on to the silly question about 92 inches across. Nice work. Now we'll move on to adjust these strings to form a 90-degree corner and then submit. And what you'll notice is there's a submit button here. So what we're asking the student is to adjust these strings to be a 90, so that these form up a 90-degree corner. And we're just going to eyeball it and we're going to submit. And because we eyeballed it, we got a 0 points out of 10. Because essentially you need this to be within 1 degree. I think it's plus or minus 1 degree is what we do for you to even get scored. So if you hit 90, well, let's do it. Let's go try it again. Let's just do a quick, I'll try to do this fast. I don't really want to dive too deep into how you actually do this, but we're going to throw in a tape measure over here. Let's see, what are we at? 6 feet. All right, we'll come off of that. Well, I'm just going to use quick and dirty 3, 4, 5 rule. We'll try to get this guy close. So that was 6. So that means we need a tape measure coming off over here snapped here. Put this at 8. Little trick I like to do. Okay, do we have room for 8? Ooh, perfect. Little trick I like to do is I like to mark this. This is a little kind of a hacky thing. Helps me see it. So anyways, so that's, we're going to use the 3, 4, 5 rule. Now we just need to get this guy to cross at 120 inches, right? 5 times 5 feet is 120. So if we move this around, I think, let's see, I think what this means is we need to bring this over here and then grab this guy. Nope, we got to move our string over here, there. All right, we're just going to get close. This is not an example of proper usage of this, but that'll get us close. All right, I'm going to hit submit. Hey, we got pretty close. 3, 4, 5 rule. You can see we got 89.72 degrees, which is pretty good. So we got a score of 8 out of 10. So I'm going to hit continue. And now we're at the end of our activity. And you can see we have added here to our because we added a challenge, it's been reported back, and all of our challenges are collected up. Now I'm going to go back to editing, and we're going to talk about this a little more. Let's go back. Let's restart the activity. As an author, again, you can set this challenge up as much as you want. So let's say I'm just going to copy this slide. I'm going to duplicate it. And we could also do the same challenge with no strings. So let me go ahead and edit that slide. We're going to do a challenge. We're going to delete the strings and give it a different view. Heck, no, we're going to delete strings, but you can just imagine. We can, so we're going to now say, using these batter boards, add some strings that form, add 2 strings so that they form a perfect corner. I don't know, something like that. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save the activity. Let's see what that looks like from a user's perspective now. We're going to hit the consume button. Didn't quite let it save. Let's go back. Now let's jump back out, do our thing. So what here was the first corner challenge. Let's just skip it. We're going to submit, and we're going to continue on to the second challenge. And what you'll notice here is we get a little feedback saying there must be 2 strings before you can submit. So if you click the submit button, it doesn't do anything. And so the user is expected to come in here and add some strings in and then submit it. And of course, I did a terrible job on that, and because it was so rough, but that's the idea.